doing the unsexy work that is demanded for our children to be saved. And so we owe her a debt of gratitude, and let's show a little bit of that. And, speaking of mentoring, I'm sure she's mentored most of y'all in this room like she mentors me, right? And she's sweet, and she says, she looks pretty and nice, but she just be hammering. I don't know if y'all have had that experience. My little darling, you have erred so grievously. I just love you. If you could ever find your way with me, I think that song, Killing Us Softly, was her song. It was just written for her. But that mentorship is real and powerful. And I'm honored to be here today to talk about all of the great work that all of you are doing. I know many of you. I've met many of you. My homegirl from Detroit, Miss Matt, they dogging us in Detroit right now. I know they are. It's rough to be from Detroit right now. Even in my own household, from Chicago. Those haters from the Midwest. Chicago. But the reality is that all of you come from places and spaces where black people are suffering. And all of you come from a region, right? Think about James Baldwin, a letter from a region in my mind. Right? So that the region of blackness that we occupy, it's not popular to say that term. It's not even popular to be black anymore. Right? Except if you are LeBron James. Or if you're Michael Jackson dead. Or Muhammad Ali past your prime. When the utility of black identity can no longer service the function and the persistence, but ultimately the preservation of the democracy, blackness is expendable. And we are dispensable. Even the head man in charge, can't get no traction or mileage for mentoring us. Right? Because that's seen as parochial. Gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual people whom I support unreservedly, seen as American. Some issues within the environment seen as American. Blackness can never be seen as American because it challenges the very modality and the very logic of what it means to be American.
That's right.
That's the beauty of what we do. We bring conscience to crisis and chaos. And what we do is to help save America. Martin Luther King Jr., quoting Arnold Toynbee, said it will be the Negro who will inject new meaning into the veins of American civilization. We do all that, and yet our children are suffering. I was on a program the other day, and I love this brother at the Apollo, and he said, I would not dare dishonor my elders by being in sagging pants. Now, this guy, whom I love, a lot of people don't love him, especially in the Negro elite. I go watch all his movies. And I said to myself, you be wearing a dress. In the movies. I guess that's honoring the tradition of suffering and struggle. I guess it's identification with women. This is a gendered empathy. But you be wearing dresses. But you gonna lecture Negro children about their pants. A lot of y'all agree with that. I understand it, but get out of that.
Right.
If we are, as Dr. King said, the injection of meaning into the veins of American democracy, why won't we do the same thing for our own kids? Because we have been taught to love the other more than the self. We are taught to serve the other more than the self. So that's why movies that serve white people are popular. And I've seen them all. I've seen them all. I understand what it means, but there is something fundamental in the infrastructure of black consciousness that defers to dominant society, but keeps putting off the legitimacy and the centrality and the primacy of our own people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And our children. We rely upon a white racist media that distorts us to give us information about our children.
Great.
Because half the stuff you know about your kids, you ain't really studying. You ain't made no empirical analysis. You ain't done no sociological study. You listen to the same TV that talks about Miley Cyrus twerking.
Yeah.
And that's always a phenomenon. You rip off what black women have been doing forever.
That's it.
And now all of a sudden it's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Miley twerk. So the point